Good afternoon, my friends. This is Maerlande, and I'm doing another interview with a player from the 2021 tournament. Today, my guest is Isitaries, who played Jotunheim.
Hey.
So let's... Oh, go ahead.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you for coming. So let's start with... oh, I know what I wanted to ask first. How did your qualifier round go? Who did you play? And just a quick summary.
Okay, qualifier was a nice experience because basically I think at this point that was my third game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, basically I entered this tournament, but just discrimination, so it seems nice. The qualifier ended up with the late age, which I had already played 3 times, so it was good because I knew the nation pretty decently. Ended up trying out not Mikkel, what's the name? Midgard.
Midgard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it had some blood. I really liked the Einheers, the dual wielders with Berserk.
Yes.
And it was a pretty good looking nation with the Galdem and pretty cool mage.
So who was your toughest opponent in that one?
That was, I mean, I think there was just Nosy. He was playing Gad. It was a neighbor of mine.
Okay.
And I decided to just go attack him first thing, so like turn 12 something. Because, I mean, there were easier neighbors, but he was the one threat. According to, I talked a bit with people, and this was the one player who was the most threatening one. Every other one was like either really new or like not too threatening. At least I thought.
Okay.
And yeah, first war went decently. Although like I got someone else champion against me, but eventually it worked out. I wiped Nosy, and then I mean it was like only 6 thrones to win, so it's just the same
yes.
as this year's tournament. And so you just really need to hit one person.
Yeah.
After that, yeah, I just went to someone else, but beat it this time. And also, I had eaten someone else. I don't know. I just ended up killing people and throne rushing, kind of.
How late did the game go?
Not that late. It was things like maybe 10:40, no 50.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
I never really ended up playing any light game because games were gone.
Yeah, my tournament 13, I was from Moria, and it went to turn 110. I think it was the last to finish.
Yeah.
It was a slog. Yeah, it was a slog. Okay, so let's go to this game. And so I see, is there a theme here that you like nations from Norse mythology? Because this is 2 in a row.
No, not really. I just like blood. And I wanted to try the sorcery path. I before that I had played Ulm in the late age, so mostly like a lot of earth and some astral, I guess.
Right.
But not a lot. It
Okay,
was like
so
the very so I didn't really. I mean, we did weird stuff, and even though I won, it was like quite wild. And after that, I ended up doing Raga and then Midgard. So I wanted like some nation with heavy death, nature, and blood.
Okay.
And Jotunheim was looking pretty cool with the Turbo Communions that I also wanted to try out because
yeah, it's a good nation. It's a good nation. I'm quite fond of it.
Scratties to play with.
Yeah, Scratty are amazing.
It's a good nation. So yeah, I decided to give this nation a try. I never played any Middle Age, so it was just.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
A funny anecdote is. Way back 15 years ago. Are you familiar with who Balls is? He's written a number of guides.
Yeah, read some.
Well, anyways, about 15 years ago, he wrote a guide that was kind of radical, which said, when you're playing Niflheim, Jotunheim, and that group, don't get carried away with Big Bless. Use Scratty and Scales, and because Scratty are just so good. And that was a bit radical at the time because most people were playing, this was Dominions 3, most people were playing the Norse giant nations with regeneration and armor blesses was sort of the meta.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially with the because if I remember correctly, a little bit before this tournament, Jotunheim had received some kind of update where they changed a few things. The new sacred, I mean, they're good, they're decent, they're just super expensive. 100 gold, it's like
Yeah, and you also got the moose. Like over the older versions, you got the Jotunheim stuff, the moose riders and things like that. I think are new, and then new sprites. The sprites are sure a lot better than they used to be.
Very pretty, yeah. Coordination.
I know when I played Utgard, or I had Utgard on a team, we did a lot of work with just these gaudy Huskarls.
They're nice. They're not the ones I would choose before and after this game, but they're still really good units, especially during expansion and like versus a lot of stuff.
Well, that was a Disciples game. I was Patella, and a friend of mine was Utgard, and so the bless was not really optimal. I mean, which are your secrets? The Thims herdings here, yeah. So yeah, they're very expensive.
You have a lot of protection in cold.
Yeah, good stats and everything, but only a single attack, size 4, so that's very low attack density.
Yeah,
anyways,
but I'm not. I tried another game after that where I tried recruiting them. I think I got 10 of them and then I stopped, even though I had a bliss.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of what I was getting at. Is you've got a lot of good choices for troop options if you want to save some money. The big javelins are always superb.
The really great unit is the Spearman with 19 prot protection. Just right to
this guy here.
This guy.
The Jotun Spearman.
Quite cheap and a lot of protection, so this is a very good front line.
Yeah.
And then in this game, I did a lot with the Headman, which is the expensive version with a sword. Also, well, he just was incredible during expansion, and also, I mean, versus Miklan did a lot of job. Versus what's his name, Bandarlog, also exceptional, and same against Banarus. They were, none of them were like using any mages, and those just stomped through their lands.
Well, if you look at their stats, an attack skill starting at 12 is solid.
Attack skill is very important. It's just you don't have any attack, so you better make them count. So they're very nice. They're more like almost twice as expensive as the Spearman. So I think if I was to start a new game, I would probably lean a lot more on the Spearman and see if maybe I can't just get the same expansion. Because that's like 30 gold instead of 50.
Right. Now, have you ever tried using the moose?
I discovered a great use of those. They are really good, but didn't even cross my mind until like turn 40 when it was too late. They are very good, very good evocation bait because they have a lot of HP.
I mentioned that because some people tease me about, you know, you in Canada, you must ride moose.
But they're actually good. I mean, like look at the unit that they cost like 25 gold, I think, and they have 40 HP. So this is almost as much as your own guys. Plus, they go very quick. So if you have them on the very front of your battlefield and have them on attack rear or attack closest, they run very fast towards the enemy pages. And they'll start like messing up with the evocation, and that will save your own Scratty and all the stuff in the back.
And just ignore
by lightning and stuff.
Ignore the bows.
What makes them really good is that you can recruit them outside forts. So any forest.
Right. Right. And then the stealth would have certain possibilities. So okay, well that's a cool unit. If you're good with it, let's talk about what you've got for a bless.
Nothing. It's
nothing.
Really simple.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I didn't want bless. I wanted a lot of scales, so that.
Well. Oh yeah, those are good scales.
Ended up sacrificing some to get a Titan that I wanted to protect myself in the mid-game because I was expecting to eat someone year 1 and to have everyone end up like forming a coalition because it's basically a pattern that happened in literally all 3 games I had played before.
Well, Jotun is a scary nation, so people are gonna, yeah, they're going to be worried about it. So you've got
Unfortunately,
you went dormant. I mean, we're going to see a
yeah,
pretender about
Crystal.
turn 12. Okay.
The one thing, the issue, is I ended up getting the one god, the little scratty rainbow, which is like a large size 4 rainbow with a lot of HP, but still a lot less than than Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized like 10 turns inside the game is that I could have had the exact same path, almost like just sacrificing deaths that I didn't really need on this guy. To have the keeper of the bridge instead. Exactly everything else same. Yeah, it's just for the same price, same scales. Just losing 2 deaths that and it would have been a lot better because he's got like twice the HP, and that's really important in a Titan. But I only realized that I could have taken that like super late. I don't know exactly. There was a lot, like I was quite busy at the time, the tournament, and then everything started. So I mean, sometimes you make mistakes. It's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. No, the keeper of the bridge is a popular. You know, if you're going with that, it was Lucid kind of brought up the archetype of pretenders, which is the defender Titan that comes out dormant.
Yeah, I mean,
versus an expansion Titan.
So yeah, he's got all the paths you want for a Titan, except water. He's got like earth,
right,
and nature, and the air that you want for magic phase stuff.
So, yeah. No, it's a good Titan. All right, and now there was something else that came up in my mind here. Now, your scales, these are your final scales, and he's coming out dormant. So that's why you had to take a bit of misfortune, and you didn't have Order 3, you took Order. But were you kind of hoping you might luck out with a throne?
I didn't care about the throne. I mean, that's already exceptional scales. So.
Yeah, some people try to stay Order 1 or Growth 1, Order 2 or Growth 2, just in case they luck out with a throne. But that's... I don't know if I would design that way.
They were just less important than the other scales, Magic 3 and Production 3. So.
Well, Magic 3 and Production 3 and Cold 3, yeah. Okay, so that covers what we know about your pretender for now. So why don't you go over, what are your favorite magi as Jotunheim? Which mages do you like best? Obviously, Scratty.
Don't know if I really like the Kitchers. They're pretty cool, but
the big ones.
Yeah, you get all. Yeah, not the Yarnpedia. Actually, I mean, it's like very.
This one here. Yeah.
This one is great. I mean, it's like Blood one is a bit annoying sometimes because when you do Sabbath, you end up with 70 fatigue.
Right.
But it's still what you have. Like it's 38 points. Not too expensive. Good research. I mean, it's.
Yeah, no, that...
And great map move as well, like 18 and Forest Survival.
Right. Yeah, 13 research points base for 165 is good. And then what are the randoms? Oh, 100%, and 1 and 4 will be Astral. That opens up possibilities. You can get Death 2, Nature 2, Blood 2. Yeah, good mage. What about the Veti Hag?
They're great. You any forest you have, you put a lab and you recruit dudes. They're great at boosting up your research.
Yeah.
He's got like 40 gold for 8 research points per turn, and you can get them without any fort if you have forests. So
right.
They're amazing.
And then every single one of them. Well,
the other ones can actually do stuff in battle. The Astral one are very important for your Scratty
of course.
Raid and kill armies with it. Blood one, they'll just hunt eventually. The Nature one, if you need them, they can do protection. So there's one that you'll have just sitting around researching. But even that is great. It's like 40 gold for 8 research points a turn.
Yeah, that's a great mage. What about your big guys? The Yarn Vidya.
Oh, it's super awkward. I mean, if they remove this mage, it wouldn't make a lot of difference to the nation. It's like at some point you want to probably recruit a few because you want high blood for like Send This Is Demon,
right?
Or forging boosters without having to empower too much. High this is also probably useful at some point if you want to get vampires later.
Right.
High Astral to use Send Lesser Horror is good, but it's just all too random. Like,
yeah, these are rough randoms. I was just when I was talking with Gicello and with Gath, he gets the combined randoms, randoms of 2, and so you're much more likely to get a good high mage rather than a scattering of paths all over the place. So that's kind of rough. I could see why. Yeah, for twice the price.
Twice the price and twice the fortune. So every single NVIDIA you have, you could have 2 mages instead. So
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's good. You get them if you're rich and in a great position in the late game. The middle.
Okay, and most everybody knows about Scratty. They bug up like crazy, and they're super turbo slaves. They've got 3 shapes, all that basic stuff. The other one I love about Scratty is Claws of Cocatos when you get there.
Yeah, they're just great mages. You never have enough of them. Like the one annoying bit is they need 2 full turns.
Yes, they used to be. Yeah, that didn't used to be the case, but okay. So we've covered kind of your basic lineup.
You still have the useless. I still don't know why we have it. Mage like with the one with an axe. I don't understand the point of this guy.
Oh.
It gives you like the R1 access if you are lucky.
But slow to recruit? Oh boy. Yeah, these are pretty terrible.
It's like sad to have like options. Like I mean, some nations have mage stuff like that you can recruit that it's just almost completely useless. I don't know. Hopefully someone proves me wrong someday.
Well, no, they're and they're capital only, right? No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Oh, they are.
You don't see it in.
All right, yeah, that's pretty useless. Okay, so why don't we talk about your expansion? It's turn 3, and you've just headed out, right? Or did you have?
Yeah. Expansion is almost too easy as Jotunheim. Like it's really good, and I didn't do any like special scripting. It was pretty basic because I didn't have much time. I'm not. I only played. That was the first time I was playing them, so like.
Right.
It's just yeah. You have your giants like that's the main army.
Mm-hmm.
You had some Vetis to fill in the gap and help deflect some of the fire from.
Yeah, Vetis are size 1,
right.
so you can have 2 of them in every square. So yeah, might as well fill squares.
But that's the first army, and then later on you just recruit 5 Jotunheim, like the 50 gold one. At least that's what I did. And 5 Jotunheim is expanding to essentially anything, like heavy cav, barbarians. You don't care. You just run into it, no script, just hold an attack, and you win the expansion.
And this is your profit, and then you could just buy whatever commander you want to send them out.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to pay for a priest, because you're not using a bless.
Nope.
Okay, well that worked good. And the other thing I was laughing at before we started was, why the heck do you have Bandar? I failed to realize you bought the mercenaries.
Yeah, that like the second best expansion mercenary you can get. Like so, that is the shipwreckers, which are amazing, and those ones I would also pay. I think I probably paid 355 gold, all the gold I had on turn 2.
Okay. Yeah, shipwreckers. They're especially useful if you need to get into a pond early or something.
Honestly, you don't care about underwater or not. It's just like one expansion party that suffers almost no attrition when expanding, and that you get in 1 turn. Like, it's hard to not want that. And I mean, unless you have like really super good sacred, you just get them.
The last time I had to deal with them, I tried to get them, but Arcos Valley got them on me. I was Midgard. And as soon as I saw those, I thought that was a game. Yeah, you were in that one. That was the.
Yeah, we were Arcocephaly again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You helped out Arco. Playing Arcocephaly. That's right.
Yeah, we were
Anyways, he got the shipwreckers right off the bat. I didn't get them. And as soon as I saw them on my border, I'm like, okay, I got to make peace.
Yeah, we beat 400 gold turn 1 or turn 2. I forgot when, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think we've seen enough of turn 3. How far forward should we jump?
You can probably like jump turn 10 or something. Like expansion was just easy mode, so.
Turn 10. Okay, let's go there. We don't have 10. We
9,
have...
maybe 9.
Let's look at 9 just briefly, see where you're at.
I hope we don't miss any action.
Oh, look at that! 4 expansion parties.
Yeah, it's
oh, you're huge.
Yeah, expansion easy mode. Yeah, like there's nothing to say. It's just.
You are huge.
8 hours is the.
So, have you given some thought here on turn 9 on, are you going to pick a first war?
Yeah, I mean, turn 8 probably. So this is turn 9, you say? Yeah, turn 8, I just took the plane that's at the bottom right. Bottom right, right to it.
This one here.
Right again.
This one here.
Yeah, so the turn before that, so turn 8, I expand here. And I see that...
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I see that Miklan is missing his cap circle. And so at this point, I'm like, okay...
yeah,
I'm gonna...
All right, here we go.
Very likely attack them. I also see that, honestly, I also see that my northern neighbor is also struggling to expand.
Belarus.
Yeah, he's got very, very bad expansion.
Well,
and I'm still... Yeah, Belarus. So I'm still hesitating between Belarus and Miklan.
Right. Yeah, well, when I had the interview with Chichillo, he started seeing brown hordes on his border because he's just over here about the same time, and he's like, oh, so I won't be going that way.
Yeah, I still was waiting until I think the turn after or 2 turns after this turn 9. I had scouts positioned to see Miklan expanding, and I see his bless.
Yes,
that's what really set or like what set on my.
Well, he had charged bodies, right?
Already at this point, like turn 9, I was moving my expansion in a way so that I would end up I think like 1, 2, 3 turns to have everything on my border with Miklan.
Right.
So yeah, and probably if you go next turn 13, that is saved at least. It's probably gonna be the first turn of the war with Miklan. Oh, maybe a bit in actually.
Yeah, so here's your expansions: Shaman with Crocodiles and Lizard Warriors, and you lose a Veti. And here you've got a really pretty tiny little one. You lose a few Vetis. And here you don't lose anything. Oh, that was very easy independence.
Yeah, it is.
So you got one. I thought there was 4. I saw 4 messages.
Yeah, because there's a ping to the. Yeah. No, well, one of them.
Oh, there we are. Where did you get the Pegasus Rider?
Those were mercs that were in dying, so I just used them to have a look at what was inside the province next to.
Oh, okay. They were the end of run of mercs. Shall we jump to 13 then?
Yeah, you probably can jump to 13.
Okay, let's do that.
I think it's a bit late. We're probably gonna be missing some of the Miklan action, but yeah.
Well. Not saving every turn is one of those things.
Oh,
at least you save some.
Oh, this is probably the first turn of the war. Okay.
Oh, and we got some action with... Over here, we could actually take a look at some stuff. But, all right, so here you are. And you are pushing on Miklan. Go ahead.
Pretty pretty sad about 2 of the failed attacks that it didn't really exactly went as well as it could have, but
oh yeah. But you killed 15 Eagle Warriors. Well, let's look at his blast, because I don't remember it. It's a long time ago since we recorded.
Well, that was not a very effective blast. Very good, sadly.
So it's rainbowish with shock resistance and charged bodies. Okay, some strength.
So, Miklan is very scary. MA Miklan is very, very good. Those Eagle Warriors are very, very good, but they don't want charged body bless, and they want more strength. But they're extremely good. I mean, it's a scary nation. I didn't really pay much mind at the time, but
well, have you?
It's very good.
Had you noticed that he'd lost a couple of his expansion parties very early? You probably didn't.
No, I did. That's the entire reason I knew I wanted to go to him. Like turn 8, I see that his cap circle is not yet claimed. Like 1 turn after that, I see him fail an attack in there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I wondered about that because I remember when we watched that and we thought, well, Miklan's not long for this game because you really can't afford to lose 2 turns of recruitment of sacreds trying to take independence. That's painful, and he did that a couple of times. So what happens here? Well, you've just... Yeah, there's quite a few of them. So the charged bodies don't do a whole heck of a lot to you.
No, they need two hit to kill one of my giants.
Mm.
And they're sacred. They're sacred. I mean, you don't get many sacred.
Well, and you're using the Wolfhead, the regenerating two-form guys.
Not for like the second expansion party because the herdmen cost too many resources, so you need the.
I see your problem. Your guys ran.
Yeah, that was very sad. They're not. I mean, they could have destroyed. I had guys on the guard commander, and I shouldn't have because.
Right.
Girls on attack was not on attack area.
Well, it looks like his smites were doing some good work too. Okay, so you lost that one, but you won over here. That was just PD.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I still deem this battle a win because I destroyed all his sacred. I didn't lose anything.
Yeah, you destroyed 15.
I lost
15
6
or
of
16.
and 4 giants, and 4 of the giants are from the initial army.
Oh, right. Okay. So they were probably even crippled up. And now this here... Oh, okay. You made an attempt here.
You have a look at this one. This one is funny.
Did they run away again?
Better than that. If the battle report is... if the battle that we see is accurate...
So they take some shock damage. Oh, and your commander runs. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Did he take any damage?
Yeah, he took an arrow in the face or something.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So, look, go back on the... Click on the chief. What I only saw later is that they have only 8 morale or something. I didn't really pay much attention.
9, yeah, okay.
But he then explains why he has stuff.
Yeah, and he takes an arrow and that's it.
Yeah. But hey, I don't think I lost any giants. So...
Yeah, there we go. That's it. 4 points of damage and he runs. There he is. Look at that. Well, he only has a few hit points.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. That's RNG for you.
Yeah, but that was funny. That was a good one. And over here,
it's
no problem. It's just PD.
Alright, parts, yeah.
Okay, now, your pretender, is it out? Should be somewhere.
Is it?
No, it's not out yet. So we'll jump to another turn and look at your pretender. Probably should be out next turn. Any more comments on this turn?
I mean, yeah, if you look at the... So I went to Miklen, saying, oh, this is a cave. I have my... If you see the unclaimed cave above my capital, there's a indies inside my lands that I didn't take.
Right here.
So I have my dominion on it. I see, oh, it's only 26 gold. I don't care. I just eat Miklen instead. And when I take it 10 turns later, I find out that there was a gold mine in it that was giving me, so that it lost me 100 gold a turn.
Oh boy.
Quite a few.
Oh well. But, you know, you have to do the best you can with that sort of thing. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, that's to make your hags. You got to build a lab. Okay, I was wondering why there was a lab here. I thought maybe you just lucked out.
Yeah, every forest I have, I'll end up putting a lab.
Is this... This is you seeing if you could take that? Okay. And, well, there's nothing too much there.
But yeah, I take it after Miklen instead. Or even I kill Miklen. There's just some S to...
oh, and that one's diseased.
Yes. Very easy block province.
Okay. Alrighty. Now I just want to take a quick glance over here. That's just Pythian doing a probe or something. Or caught by patrolling.
We're having fun between
yeah.
Pythian.
Alright, let's jump a turn and see if we can find your pretender.
I don't know, yeah.
Here's 15, it should be here now.
Well,
oh, you're doing some trades?
yeah.
And you're you're going on top of Miklen, so... Oh boy. So, where is your pretender? Is he out?
No pretender yet.
There he is.
Okay, so... Is it?
No.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's him. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So this is the guy you took. So he's a Scratty. And Rainbow, is it a 10-point new path or a 20-point? I'm not familiar with this chassis.
10 points. And I took him because I don't know. I wanted something with high hit points and good fall.
Right.
And I don't know what was going on with my head because yeah, the bridge guy is you can get the same pass minus blood and death, but you don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 times the HP or something.
If you're thugging. Right. There's only one of these large rainbows that I've taken as kind of a thug, and that's in Disciples, and that's the big Ghost King. But it's ethereal. So it's late age Atlantis, and there's a couple other get it. But that's about the only one of the rainbows, the pseudo rainbows that I've used as a thug. But in Disciples, the situation's a little different, so...
Yeah, okay. Honestly, like, I didn't know what was going on in my head.
So, but you're just site searching with him right now?
Yes, I'm moving into the forest southwest of him. If you go to the forest and click I. So you see this, the middle event thing. And so as soon as I took, when I usually take provinces from opponents, or even if I just have scouts, I have a look at the event, and then this one here tells you that there's an illusionist province in it. So I found my
good one. Nice. Okay, let's look over your fights. Here, super cheap. You're using another one of these chiefs and 8 herdmen. Yeah, that was
400 gold.
No, I meant the chief. Sorry, I didn't mean chief. I was saying chief, not cheap.
Okay.
And you took the PD from his capital. Oh god, and he lost another 11, and he's got turkeys, and it still failed. So did he have any magic?
No.
What's he doing with these turkeys? Enlarge.
I mean, he really had nothing that could...
And some cheat fate. Oh, man. Yeah, there's... So he had 2 squads of the Eagles, but he staggered them.
Yeah, there was the PD, the first one.
Oh, right.
I mean, it wouldn't have changed anything. I mean, there was nothing he could have done that stopped his...
Yeah, and he doesn't have the research with his turkeys to do anything too terribly useful. What are these guys casting? Fascination, cheat fate, curse. Okay.
Losing all those eagles during expansion, not getting any expansion actually. That just was too hard for him to get back in the game.
Yeah, I put him way behind. Oh, I gotta turn down the sound effects for Dominions. That's way too loud. It's overwhelming your voice. Jeez, I thought I did have it turned down, but there we go. That should be better. Sound effects and your voice come in on the same channel, so...
Okay.
I mean, that's just one of the things I gotta do. Oh, wait, so there we go. Well, the end of Mictlan. So it's basically, yeah, turn 15 and Mictlan is not long for this game. Are you going to be able to snag the rest of it? Is Bandar going to cut you off?
Yeah, I take literally everything. No one is... I mean, okay, at the end there's Bandar Log who comes and try to bully me into giving him some stuff. But, I mean, if we continue with the turns, we'll see that it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, yeah. Well, I happen to remember that we watched, and yeah, there was some issues with Bandar, that's for sure. He had some trouble.
Bandar and Banarus as well, like goes and like start this weird post. I don't know. They had an agreement with Mictlan where, even though Mictlan was dead, they still had to honor. They still wanted to honor the agreement, and they ended up attacking me and not doing much in the next few turns.
Okay, all right. So that explains some of the stuff that Luce and I commented on, because we didn't always know. Some people were really big on sending in-game messages, but I think in the future, like if I'm casting this year's tournament, I think we're going to look into a different way to share information from the players to the casters. The in-game messages were okay from the point of view of having something to talk about when we're recording, but they left us in the dark on a lot of issues, so we kind of had to interpret. And that's part of the reason I wanted to have these post-game interviews with as many people as I could, is to give a chance to say, oh, here's the stuff we didn't know about. So there's that, and then assassinations you can't see with the Omniscience mod.
Yeah,
and in some parts of the game, especially Pangaea with all the dryads, that's a part of the game we could only interpret by going, oh, okay, Pangaea is running around with a Mastersmith. I guess he's seduced.
I think we can run this turn and have a look in like four turns in the future, maybe.
4 turns in the future? Okay. Let's do that. So that was 15. Let's go to 19.
Yeah, 19 is good.
Okay, let's look at it from the top level. Okay, so Mictlan, you've already taken it. And Bandar, here he comes.
And he comes in with nothing. I mean, just look at the... You can, like, he's got nothing in his army, and his bless is... I mean, to me at the time and still now, it looks pretty bad.
3 Magi, so, but... I mean, I would be... I play a lot of Bandar and a lot of Padala, and I'd be bringing at least 4 Yogis, so I could communion up that Rishi.
Go south a bit, and you see that Bandar doesn't have anything, and I have a lot of scouts in his lands. And like
I
all
know
these provinces are empty, and yeah.
And he didn't buy Magi. We watched this and we realized later on that he bought very few Magi. He made all these forts, but he didn't. There's no lab. There's no temple.
So yeah, I wasn't. I saw him like going for me, and I wasn't afraid. I don't attack immediately because the pity dump. That's why. Oh, actually, can you go back?
To the report.
Is me attacking? Oh yeah, okay. So I'm actually pinging. So he attacked last turn.
Oh my gosh!
I want him to be sure that he didn't bring any reinforcement from stealth or like weird long distance mage movement, and plus the PD.
Right.
So I ping instead of going straight forward. But yeah, at this one time I know that after this ping I know that he can't do anything.
Well, that's 27 PD. So hefty, but not insane.
Yeah, especially with giants.
I'm in a game with somebody who's been buying like 50 PD, which is, oh my god, that's expensive. Okay, and let's see. Now, messages wise, so you just pinged the other Titan of Heaven. Okay, and
train them as well to see if I have a good throne I want to get.
Oh, and I see you are fighting Vanarus a bit. That didn't work well.
It took this province from me last turn, and now I'm coming back.
You just took it back. And army-wise... Yeah. Oh, and then Sitis is attacking him. That's right, I remember that.
Yep. So, this Vanarus really doesn't scare me at all.
Oh, ouch.
What scares me is Sitis god with Wailing Wind.
What the? Oh, poor Vanarus just got pounded here. And those are sacreds.
He wasn't expecting the evocation play.
Oh, that's right. This is the crazy evocation stuff that Sidis did. Yeah, we did an interview with Coconut months ago, just after he was eliminated. And he did some really interesting things in his early game. But later on, he had a heck of a time. He kept trying to fight in cold.
Early game was also tough. His expansion was very bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, he had like the Wailing Wind's good. Like when you bring Wailing Wind turn 15 to 20, it's like very difficult for your opponent to do anything.
It is, and it was very interesting. But eventually it kind of fell apart on him. He couldn't grow past that kind of core thing, but he sure stomped on Vanarus here. So that makes it pretty easier for you to, chase the war, and you're only a single province away from his capital.
Yeah. we'll discuss. We'll talk more about cities in the coming turns.
Sure. No, as we see more. Okay. Was there anything else much here? Yeah, that was your probe, and then cities just trying some cheap little attempt to take profits that didn't work. All right. I think. Any more comments on this turn?
I think. I mean, like this point, I'm researching construction for and enchantment and alteration for.
Yeah, let's look at your research.
Get like Scratty out to do some stuff while they still can tank armies and stuff. So that's the window where they do cool stuff with that.
And you haven't got your Sabbaths yet, but you probably don't have any slaves.
I don't have enchantment yet, so there's no point in that for me.
Right.
I mean, maybe like super last stand stuff where I want to summon imps, but I was doing well, so no need for that.
Well, and looking at it here, you've got nobody hunting. Oh, you got 4. You got 1 Scratty here hunting, so that's a very minimal blood economy. So it's early for blood for you because your blood hunters are expensive. Well, you did luck out and get 1 cheap guy here.
Hunters are not that expensive. Like the gauges do well. Like the blood 2 gauges are very good actually at hunting early.
Yeah,
they're
solid.
Too much hunting at this point. I wasn't. I didn't want to research blood. I wasn't very big on lifelong protections when I was playing this game yet. I didn't really discover that much. Now that would be an entirely different thing. I would probably.
You mean you weren't really aware of how good they are?
Yeah, I really play with them like the 1 or 2 games after that, and then I fall in love with them. But at this point, no, I don't really use them. So I didn't need blood except for forging flesh eaters and then casting Sabbath.
Right.
That's all. So I didn't need blood hunting.
Yeah.
Almost at all.
Okay. All right. Shall we jump? Oh, did you get your? There's your illusionist.
And then this guy is building a palisade, and yeah.
And then you'll lab and fort that up. Where's your pretender now?
Not doing much.
Here he is.
Probably forging lion pelts or something.
Okay, yeah. And these are turns without your orders, so cool. All right, shall we jump ahead a bit?
Yeah, probably like 3-4 turns again.
Sounds good. So that would put us about. Well, let's look at 21 very quickly. Oh gosh, you're just wailing on Vannever's here. Let's look at your messages here. You got some searching. You didn't have much luck. Well, a couple people have claimed some thrones.
Yeah.
And you've got a bunch of battles. Look at you go.
Yeah, no one is sending any mages against me that can do actual stuff.
No way. Oh, and you're taking the throne from Bandar.
Okay. What you see here is that Elm talked to me a little bit at some point, and he was like, "Okay, what's up?" And we ended up saying, I mean, I don't really want to fight you, especially Elm. I wanted like Earth gear for my Scratty for cheap, but he was saying me stuff for like 3 gems at this point or 4. So it was
my
deal for me.
Bandar was.
I wanted to be friends with Elm. And yeah, they offer, like, I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna, I tell him I'm gonna eat Bandar probably, and he's like, okay, well, I mean, I want the cap and stuff. I'm like, okay, sure, I don't really care. I'm good size already. Just go ahead, take whatever you want. I'm just gonna like stomp Bandar out of my lands where he was attacking me. I do that, and always that's when he swipes in and attack Bandar.
Okay, so you get, yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, everybody likes Alm as a trading partner. So all you had to deal with here is some province defense. Same thing here. There's no armies. All you could see is some Atavis.
Yeah, they went back to defend that cap, I think.
Oh gosh. And then over here they caught your scout. Oh, there's his remaining. But look at that, 2 sacreds. That's it.
Yeah,
and a single mage. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Now,
so yeah, I'm still.
That's just a generic fort. Did you find?
It's Miklan's special force, so they give you 2 CP.
Right.
So I don't upgrade them.
And for independence, you found the illusionists here. No, not here.
Above
Here.
it. Above it. Yeah. I also
Did you
have
find anything else?
yeah, very good. If you go to the north,
Mm-hmm.
so just above my fort, my northern fort, I have Amazons. And those are very very good. And
Which ones? Jades? Oh yeah, Jades. Okay, so moss body and stuff.
Yep, they spend their life casting moss bodies on my scratches.
Great.
Mainly.
Well, and then
That's
when you get lucky, you get an earth, and then you can make line pelts and.
yeah, well, I didn't get lucky, but still great. Also, at this like last turn, I take the throne on the right with the scratty.
There you go.
Okay.
And
And,
throne of earth.
great.
Oh, the gnomes. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yep,
Nice.
I was very happy with that, and
Oh, I
yeah,
bet.
I start making it right away. If you look at there's a Scratty that does fight, so maybe people want to see like exactly a little bit what's going on with the Scratties, but yeah, that you can see a good use of them. No, below, like the wall.
This guy here. Yeah.
They just take with almost no gear. I think this guy just has one lion belt.
Yeah, and you brought a buffer.
Yeah, they're very good.
An astral, body ethereal. Yeah, there you go.
Like, it's just
Oh, and he's a nature random, so he can moss body himself. Yeah, let's watch this. It's a nice thug. So what? Oh, just a lion pelt. That's it.
yeah, it doesn't need much. And he'll just tank infinite barbarians.
Yeah, look at that. Crazy stuff.
with-
Crazy stuff.
A cold aura as well.
And a liquid body, breath of winter. Did he get moss body off? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's lucky. Ethereal and lucky and moss body. Look at that. Look at that. He didn't kill very quickly.
No, but they don't need to. I mean, this is just indies.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, I give them what's the name, Flesh Eater, so they can just stay berserk and turn time.
Right.
And they open
Right.
up. But I mean, I didn't use them much for thugs, like except when I knew they was completely safe, because I didn't have enough of them, and I always needed more to act as slaves for my Sabbaths, or
Right.
just casting Winter and Co.
Yeah, they're wonderful. I'm playing against Nick Knight, playing Jotunheim right now, and he's been coming at me with alternating Scratty thugs and then vampires. And so if I send out the things to kill the Scratties, then they meet the vampires, and they can't kill enough skeletons. And But anyways, that's another issue. Okay, any other important tidbits here for turn 21?
I don't think at this point nothing happened yet. There's I mean, they probably start to hear about, especially from Vanarus and the monkeys, about like some kind of large coalition that's gonna like start attacking me.
Building up against
but,
you, yeah.
At this point, I don't read too much about it. Although I mean, I start to research as fast as I can still.
But you're pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
I'm
at your growth.
I'm the
yeah.
largest because I have scouts starting to flow around, and like
Mhm.
people talking about stuff like going on in Nava, I think, but they end up killing, going 3v1 versus them, and I'm pretty happy about it because I just 1v1 someone without any loss. We're using no mage, so it's extremely good situation. And yeah, like yeah, we cannot skipped on Vanarus, but yeah, Vanarus attacks me like 3 turns ago. And I'm like, you sure you want to do this? And he's like, yep. And I'm, oh, okay, your call. And so yeah, I'm back running right on his lands.
And look at
So I'm
that.
not using magic because he's not like bringing any mages out, and I don't need any mages to kill his stuff, so I don't use mages. I am
Right.
trying to avoid capital units though, so I'm not looking for a confrontation, a huge battle. I just want to like this is free land, free gold, and I don't need
Sure.
to like do anything. So yeah.
Yeah, you just don't want to have to fight those oathbound needlessly.
And oh, I think this turn, Cities contacts me, because so you see that I kind of cut them off from Vanarus. And
So he decides to attack you.
No. We just talked. I'm like, we discuss. Okay, I want to talk Vanarus. Like, please, I want you to give me X province. So what, 2 provinces he wants are the 2 that are next to this fort.
This one and
so
this
this one
one?
is the north one. And so what I tell him is like, yeah, sure, you can have the forest, no problem. The plains, I mean, sure, go for it. But I might at some point, like depending on the rating from Belarus, go back there and go. But I don't really care much about it. But I can't just let you have it and then sign a nap right away for it. But you're free to like go and get some gold. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fight, no problem.
You may need it. You may need it as a route, like as a
exactly,
as a mobility option.
Yeah, stuff back and forth, exactly.
Right.
So that's the conversation we have at this point.
Okay. We're coming up to an hour. It's 50 minutes, so we'll do maybe one more turn and then call this episode done.
Sure. And I think it's a shame we don't have the next turn. I think it's 3 turns after.
That was 21. Yeah, we go all the way to 25.
Turn 22, what happens is this immediately after this conversation I just told you about this, he just attacks me.
Yeah. So there we are.
Oh no. Okay, so that's 3 turns later. Never mind, not right away. But we've had this conversation when I tell him, yeah, sure, you can go take these 2 provinces. I don't care.
And he goes and takes the throne instead.
Yep. Where I had a force building was like pretty salty. But yeah, and that's the start of the cities war. So, no, this is just
just independence.
Yeah,
okay.
We didn't have an app with Xibalba, but we talked a bit, and no one was we were not interested in fighting each other.
And I don't see any Bandar log left.
Bandar log is dead, so Vanheim just ate what was left at London Bake, and at this point, Vanheim is asking me to he's trying to bully me. So it's like, okay, I want X province, or I'm attacking you. I think like cities does the same. He wants me to give them like the top northwestern part of my empire.
This up over here, right?
Also trying to bully something, and I'm like 5 turns before that, there was a Bandar log who was trying to like get provinces for free out of me. At this point, I'm a bit fed up. I don't have much time to use on Diplo and even turns. I'm just like, never mind. Just attack me.
And let's fight.
I'm like, I'm gonna fight. I don't want to do Diplo anymore at this point. I'm just fed up with it.
I can understand that. I mean, I know I've had that situation where somebody just keeps bullying you, and you just go, to hell with it. I'll just try to kill you. And if I lose, I lose. Big deal.
Well, yeah, and I mean, to be honest, like at this point, I thought I could fight, and looking back now, I also still think that I could have fend him off, like what he sends later. Well, we'll see what happens in the next few turns. We'll probably discuss it in another episode or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do another episode when we can get together.
And I also have a lot of like people telling me, yeah, like everyone is gonna attack you. I see this huge stack from Pangaea who took the throne on my border. That's also frightening.
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay. And so that's when things start getting interesting. Yeah, and I still had a nap with Pelagia, although at some point in the near future he calls it off. So like
he calls it off.
Turns and I'm gonna have fun fighting fish that I can't fight back because I can't go underwater.
Yeah. The shenanigans of dealing with the Water Nation.
The research at least is getting there. So I think I get enchantment.
Oh yeah, you're just about there for your Skelly Spam communions.
I don't know why I go Alteration 5 instead of getting Rigor and Relief or Conjuration 5 for all, but I mean, this is still me. I've never fought yet with like communions, turbo communions, or even that. So I'm like, yeah, I know roughly what I'm doing, but no, not much. Like that's still my third game. So
well,
yeah,
most people going for this would be going for Fog Warriors, but you would struggle to cast Fog Warriors.
Yeah, I need crystal matrices, but I still probably going there for that because I know I can buy them from Belmont.
Okay, and you're
creeping good at alterations, but
right.
Yeah, you want enchantment 6 first.
And your blood economy is quite small still. You haven't really cranked that up.
Still not making. I'm still not seeing the point of lifelong protection. So there's no point to get blood. Like
right.
What would you make? this point in the game, I need to research. Not.
Well, this was great. I'm gonna wind up now. Any final comments on this turn?
No, for this is like at this point I'm like at the top of my my power as Jotunheim. The game is going great. Every opponent I fought is either like completely failed expansion, was completely too greedy with like Bandarlog doing like ports and everything, and like that Vanaris is the one person who probably was not really in his place in this game. He didn't know what he was doing at all. Like it was a bit strange, but yeah, it was just had the easy opponents. So yeah, I'm going great at this point. And yeah, the next turns are coming, and this is getting more interesting.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, Isitaries, and everybody. There will be more episodes. Just to sum up, so far, ages ago, you could find the interview with Coconut on Lucid's channel. I'll look for a link and put it in the description. I've done the first episode with Gicello, now Isitaries, and I'm not sure how the scheduling will work for the other players and if I can get everybody. I mean, there's 16 plus the various people who subbed, so we'll do it as we can, but it's a big project. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.